Hi, Tim here with Clive Coffee. I'm going to show you how to remove the side panels and back panel on your Profitec Pro 700. Ensure that your machine is powered off completely and cooled down. That way it's easy to work with. We'll start by removing all of our accessories and panels. The top panel and water tank can come out. We're going to remove our portafilter and drip tray. The tools that you're going to need are a 2.5 and 3 millimeter Allen wrench. Starting with the 2.5 millimeter, we're going to remove the 4 screws on the top inside panel. We'll set that inside top panel aside. And switching to a 3 millimeter Allen wrench, we're going to loosen the 6 screws on the bottom of the machine. If we place a towel down along the side, we can go ahead and tip the machine on its side and rest it on the towel. And from here, you can remove the 6 screws that hold the side panels and back panel into place on the bottom of the machine. You can loosen them up. They do not need to come out completely. Now we can tilt the machine back up onto its feet, carefully resting it back down. And now we will loosen the 2 inside screws that hold the top of the back panel. They're tucked away underneath this lip. These can be just loosened. They do not need to come out completely. And we'll do it the same on the opposite side. And the back panel will slide out and back and come off completely. We can set that aside. The side panels are held by a single screw now up at the top. We can loosen that. Again, that's tucked underneath the lip here. These 2 inside screws are along an L bracket. We're going to loosen the screw and then we'll be able to drop it down along the bracket. It's on both sides here. So we'll just loosen it up until we have enough room. At this point, I can pull the bottom part of the panel out and let it drop down along the L bracket. And it comes out nice and easily. And we can set that one aside. We'll repeat the process for the other panel. Again, loosen up the screw on the inside of the L bracket. Pull the bottom of the panel out. Let it drop down along the L, and it comes out smoothly. That's how to remove the panels on your Profitec Pro 700. I'll step through putting wood panels on just to show you how that process goes. So I have our wood panels ready to go. You'll notice slightly different cutouts. The larger side goes on, if you're facing the machine, on your left-hand side, the smaller cutout on your right-hand side. The panels have the screws reattached to that top anchor, and they'll already have these tabs on the bottom. We're going to start with this outside panel using our 3 millimeter Allen key. We're going to be positioning this top screw into the L bracket first. We'll slide it into place and up. At that point, the bottom brackets can slide into the anchor screws at the bottom. So go ahead and tighten down the screw at the top of the L bracket. With that tightened down and in place, the panel will stay in the up position. We'll repeat that process, this top screw sliding into the L bracket, over and up, so forward and up, and then the bottom bracket sliding into the screws at the bottom of the machine. And we're going to tighten down this screw at the very top of the L bracket. So with our side panels in place, we can now grab our stainless steel back panel. We're going to place the bottom into the bottom screws, and the edges, the cutouts here at the top of these panels will slide into the screws that are anchored on the top of your wood at the back. So the bottom slides into place, and then these side screws slide into place where the top screws are and that cutout on the metal. So holding it into place using my 3mm Allen, I'm going to tighten down the screws on the inside on both sides here. And the other side. So now that we have all of the anchor points at the top tightened down, we can tilt the machine onto its side. Again, we have this towel laid down. We'll gently place it on its side. Using our 3mm Allen wrench, we can tighten down the 6 screws that hold those tabs along the panels in place. Ensure the washer is on the outside. Now we can tilt the machine back onto its feet gently. And now we can replace the top panel. This bend here is going to be on the forward side of your water tank, that metal piece here. So when I place it in, slides in just like this. We're going to go ahead and switch out our Allen for the 2.5mm, and our 4 screws can go back into the very top along the 4 corners here. We can now replace our water reservoir tank in the machine, as well as the top cup tray. And finally, we have our drip tray. Swap this out for a wood-handled portafilter that matches. And I have the wood knob to match, and that can be swapped out easily with the standard black knob. It unscrews, and the new one screws into place. That's how to remove panels and replace panels on your Profitec Pro 700. For more information on using your machine, check out these links here. For other tech tips, visit our knowledge base at clivecoffee.com.